So we only made it about 4 hours today at Disney World because my family kind of hates amusement parks. First of all, it was harder than hell out there, like a whore in church. And Disney, you're kind of mask holes, I'm not going to lie. Always up in our business.
This is Zach Wilson's mom, Lisa.
How to make their freaking bed and how to be responsible and how to be nice. Make sure you're not raising a bunch of little dicks, you know what I'm saying? I was trying to hold back a little bit from my new New York followers. I didn't want to freak anybody out. The first time I say the word dick, everybody's like, are you Mormon? Why does everybody always ask that question? Why does it really matter as long as I'm a good person? You know what I'm saying?
A wannabe influencer who is a die-hard supporter of Donald Trump.
You guys please tell Sophie that Snapchat is just for whores. I'm just curious. Do people go around asking, like, people, so are you Catholic? So are you Buddhist? Are you Lutheran? What else is there? Are you, I forgot them all now, but I'm just curious. Do people only ask Mormons that? I'm not. I'm just saying it really doesn't matter. Because isn't good just good?
However, isn't the crux of this what your thoughts of good are, Lisa? Here's an example of good to Lisa Wilson. The promotion of hydroxychloroquine, the touted drug of Donald Trump that was scientifically discredited and disproven to treat the coronavirus. As Resist Programming wrote, Zach Wilson's mom is doubling down on criticizing Disney, a private company, for its mask guidelines, calling the experience miserable because the police enforced the mask rules. Zach's mom also claims she wore her mask properly all day, which they will fact check right now. In the following two pictures, the researchers at Resist found Wilson did not have her mask on all day as she claims. Here she is posing for pictures inside Disney World. But even more troubling was the alleged mask she wore. Turns out it's not even a mask at all. Resist found the Etsy listing for Lisa Wilson's mask. It may look chic, but there is an important note attached. Disclaimer: this is a non-medical face mask. This mask is not proven to prevent the spread of COVID-19. So a person who voted for Donald Trump, supports alt-right politics, and specifically, to name a few, Madison Cawthorn, who vacationed at you-know-who's getaway, aka the Eagle's Nest, conspiracy theorist nutjob Marjorie Taylor Greene, Candace Owens, and many in the right-wing ecosphere who will literally die for the insurrectionist president. Because of the backlash she has brought onto herself, Lisa Wilson decided to be, in her own words, a dick and private her Instagram page.
There've been a lot of anti-mask, anti-vaccine rallies across the country. And we also had a lot of people, unvaccinated people that have been affected by it, that have gotten sick. This particular story blends both of those together. So there was a Texas anti-masker that planned a freedom rally that would fight back against some of the COVID-19 restrictions and rules and laws and mandates that have been put in place to try and protect the general public. After that has been planned and carried out, it has been discovered that he also contracted COVID and he's very ill in the hospital, which is a very sad story. So let's go straight to this. Some of these lines from Yahoo News. Caleb Wallace is the man that did this. He's a 30-year-old father of 3. He's been unconscious, ventilated, and heavily sedated in the ICU at Shannon Medical Center in San Angelo since August 8th. His wife set on a GoFundMe page for household and medical bills that he was intubated multiple times, had high fevers, infection, and bleeding in his chest, which sounds horrible. On that, she said, he's not doing good. It's not looking in our favor. His lungs are stiff due to the fibrosis. They called and said they've run out of options for him and asked if I would consent to do not resuscitate. And it would be up to us when to stop treatments. My heart just can't. I can't imagine my life without him. Now, before he got it, as I mentioned, he organized that rally, and also he'd written some letters to the school. Some of the general things a lot of these folks do, because they're looking. I mean, they're pushing their particular point of view and what they think is really happening. So in July, Caleb reportedly helped organize the Freedom Rally, an event that billed itself as a protest against the government, quote, the government being in control of our lives. He also founded the San Angelo Freedom Defenders. They also hosted a rally last year to, quote, end COVID tyranny.
Oops.
Man. And as I mentioned that letter, he wrote a letter in April to the San Angelo Independent School District which was published by a local news outlet, demanding that the school district, quote, rescind all COVID-related policies immediately. He falsely claimed that wearing masks had harmful effects on children and that there was, quote, little evidence that masks worked for anyone. Oops. So now, as I mentioned, he's in the ICU, he's been intubated, and his wife has to figure out with her 3 kids, and I think they also mentioned that she's pregnant, has to make the decision of whether or not to go forward with the do not resuscitate on her 30-year-old husband.